Here we go. All right, let's get this show started. Julie and Milo show. Julie and Milo show is here today. You don't want to miss a single word they say. Bringing you founders from near and far. Listen as they tell you now just who they are. Listen to the stories and how they tell. In just 3 minutes how they're doing well. Telling us what it's all about today. And how they're learning that on passive, way on passive. Yes, here today on passive. There's just no better way. Listen to the Julie and the Milo show. Then you can be the very first to know on passive. It's here today. Julie and Milo show is coming your way Saturday on passive. Ah, yeah. Julie, take it away.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is June 25th, 2022. Welcome to the Julie and Milo show. My name is Julie. I'm coming to you from Orange County, California. Milo, please say hello to everyone.
How you guys doing, everyone? It's the Julie and Milo show. And remember, there would be no show if you was not here today. Thank you all for coming. Back to you, Julie.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Welcome to the Julie and Milo show today. We really don't have a topic to talk about today, but we have something what we call an open mic for everyone to come on and share whatever you like to share. What is your journey was like? Are you appreciate of what happening? Share your blessing. But before we go on and share about what's our journey, I would like to remind everyone on Wednesday, coming up next week, we are going to be focusing on academy. I have connected and spoke with Daryl Cook and his team in Bahamas. As you understand, when they did their academy presentation, they have brought in so many professional professors, the people that working tirelessly in the field of education. They have so many knowledge, and yes, they have actually seen so many obstacles ahead of them. To be honest with you, the education to me, it's very important. It's a core of all our little kids. It's our future. And so I invite Daryl Cook and also 5 more professionals that are not only in the education of the United States, but are also in Bahamas. They are coming to join with us, go dive deep into academy and focusing on the education. So you know that it's going on. I'm going to be putting a little bit of marketing piece together once I finish with Daryl Cook, and then I will post it out there and share that with everyone. We do hope that you would take it and share it to all the educators that you know out there, and hopefully we will learn more from the interview. It's going to be a panel where we actually going to be interview each individual. So we appreciate you very much for being here. And today is actually, we're celebrating Father's Day on my end side of family. So I would like to excuse myself from this, but as always, Milo and I really appreciate all that you are doing. And thank you, Milo, for hold this Julie and Milo show together when I wasn't well, and I appreciate what you're doing also. Thank you so much, everyone. Please take care of yourself and have a blessed day. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie. And Mr. Daryl Cook is such a great speaker. It will be awesome show, I'm sure. He's just a remarkable guy, and that whole crew. So I look over the panel. I do see a couple people without their first name and last name, or Abby, A-B-I. I don't see your country on or your last name, or at least a country behind your name. So if you're going to be on the panel, you need to have a first name, last name, and a country behind you. Mr. Ash has asked us to do that, so we ask you all to do that. So, all right, so let's get on with the show. Like always, thankful for every one of you that's here. today on the show. We got Miss Lynn Nakamoto. She always helps us out when Julie's gone or whatever. Lynn is behind the scenes and she's helping us out. We appreciate that. Mr. John Barilla is always back in the back. He's watching. Say something to us, John.
Hi, everybody. Sorry to be such a problem today, but and I don't know if my volume is any better now because I actually don't have that thing to. Yeah, good. Perfect. So anyway, hey, I'm really happy with where we are. We're in a very good place, and it's just time to plug in. And the only thing I would say is it's been told to us recently that a very important place is our back office, and not our virtual back office. It's not a virtual back office. Even Mr. Ash refers to it as our back office. So that's one thing we should think about from now on. It's not virtual, it's our back office. So that, and that's about it. That's all I have to say. Oh, and just the fact that we should start, if we haven't been already, plugging into our back office multiple times a day, or at least twice a day, because there's going to be so much information now that's the important place. We're going to get a lot of stuff there. So I just encourage everybody that if you haven't been, let's really get into that habit of every day, have that schedule of when you're going to go look into the back office a couple times a day. That's all I got.
That's great stuff, John, and it is true, man. We should go to our back office because that's where we're going to find things. So make sure if you're not going to your back office every day, at least every day, and like John said, maybe even twice a day, make sure you do that. Miss Lynn Nakamoto, come down and say something to us.
Hello, everybody. Glad to have you here on the Julie and Milo show. I see a lot of familiar faces, people who come here every week, so loyal. And I can tell you, Julie and Milo really appreciate you. Thank you all for being here.
All right. Thank you, Miss Lynn Nakamoto. And Lynn, please, if you see someone without a country behind their name, please, get rid of them or whatever, put them on the attendees. Okay. All right. Appreciate that. And let's see, we got Engineer Mike is in the house today. He always helps us out. Mike, come down and say a few words for us.
Hello, Milo. Hello, leaders. Glad to be with you people another Saturday. I mean, like John Barilla just said, oh my goodness, and Lynn said, it is the best time. You know, we've gone through a journey and now we're trying to reap what it is. Let's keep our eyes in the back office to see all what is going on there. There will be a lot of updates coming up. So let's buckle up. The time is now. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Engineer Mike. Okay, so what we've got today is we've got an open mic, which is kind of cool because we can talk about anything we want to, whether it's products, whether it's what's going on, anything you want to talk about today, we are going to be able to do that. So anyone who's got anything that they would like to talk about, like always, we give 3 minutes. You can get a lot said in 3 minutes. So hands raised, whoever wants to come on to the panel. We're looking for people to talk. There's one, Miss Amy Radecki. Come on down.
Hi there, everybody. I'm kind of dirty. I've been working in the garden today, but I thought I might as well come on and say hi. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for Ash. I'm thankful for Milo and Julie and all the leaders in the background that you keep talking about. And I'm just grateful for my new on-passive family that is all around the world. And we are forever grateful, forever. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy. Thank you for coming on. Great. All right. Let's see who we got up next. We got Mr. Armand. Come on down.
Thanks very much. You guys are doing a great job. Armin from Toronto. Hi, Lynn. I got kicked out just now because I couldn't change my name on my cell phone. Don't have the knowledge to do that. I'm still practically 101 with laptop computer stuff. I don't know if you have the time to do that now or Monday or.
Yeah, now you're on. So you don't.
Yeah,
you
but
don't need-
I don't have, I usually have it on my laptop and my cell phone.
Yeah,
because
you don't
I
need to
do.
be on two. You only need one. We only want you on one of them on the panel.
Is it well, because I do other things while I'm watching a webinar. So I carry my cell phone and I carry it around my apartment and my wherever I'm doing.
You can.
So I don't miss out.
You should be able to listen in, right? Are you on your cell phone now?
No, I got logged out, so I shut it off.
Log back in, but don't raise your hand to come on the panel with your cell phone. Just stay as an attendee, because there's no need to have two.
Well, I've been doing this for a year, and I haven't had this dilemma.
Armin, you can still listen if you're an attendee, but we don't need to see you taking two spots on the panel.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm fine with that. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
I didn't understand. That's all.
We can see you, yeah, but we don't need two of you on the panel.
Yeah, no, the lens will break on both instruments.
Yeah, hey, no problem. As good looking as you are, we still don't need to see you twice.
Blind girl, be happy to see me. Thanks a lot.
All right, good. Thanks, Armin.
Milo, just an FYI, Mike Ellis is a panelist. Just letting you know.
Oh, okay, great. Well, we'll be getting Mr. Mike Ellis on very soon. Let's go with Dr. Benny is next. Dr. Benny, come on down.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Milo. I want to take this moment to thank each and everyone. I would say good afternoon, good evening, good morning to my brothers and sisters. Yes, I want to thank each and everyone. I really do. We are all what? Founders. We are all founders. I am so grateful. But the first person I want to thank is our father who sent our CEO to us. I always say that, right? Yes. I mean, and he agreed. I want to thank his family and I pray for protection. You know, I just want God to protect each and everyone. I want to thank all our leaders, Mike Ellis, Sister Julie, Brother Milo. I want to thank all the tech. You know, I always talk about the IT, the tech department in Hyderabad. Those people, they did all the work for us. I want to also thank Engineer Michael for supporting me. I want to thank Somlata. She's from India. I want to thank her. I want to thank all the leaders. In fact, all of us are leaders, right? Anybody that has somebody underneath is a leader. I want to take this moment to tell you the truth. I appreciate each and everyone. Hey, it is about time now for us to go to our back office. It is not virtual, but back office to study all our products. We need to really understand it so that when we go out there and talk about our company, right? Hey, they say, what products do you guys have? Tell me about your product. So you need to really, really understand it. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Benny. Thank you. All right. And next up, we got Mr. William DeLone, the Marshmallow Man from Canada. Come on down, William.
Hello, Milo. Can you hear me?
Hey, how you doing, William?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's Saturday and it's a beautiful day outside and I wish I was riding a bicycle out there, but unfortunately I have to go through that issue or challenge in my life. But Unpassive will help that situation now that apples are coming, and I can't wait for that because it will definitely help me exercise and sweat. So that's what I need to do. I need to build my strength because after that challenge in the hospital, a bag of IB for a month and 3/4 is very hard to go through. And if I wasn't strong enough to go through that, as Window, you know what he goes through in the hospital, I would have passed away. I'm sure of it. It's not what you call fun, but On Passive is an outlet for people. As you know, the pandemic started and the volume of people being online and talking to people about their challenges are really a neat thing for us to all go through. So can you imagine what O Connect is going to do for us? And then it'll be in line with O Canemy. I believe this is for the young and the old. So you cannot keep the old out because they have lots of wisdom and knowledge. So putting that together with On Passive will really, what you call, boost everyone in the world.
Absolutely. Thank you, William. Thank you. Very good. It will. You know, we've got great days ahead for us, and I can't wait till you're up and dancing around and stuff. You made great moves already. I mean, where you was when you first come on, it's amazing to see. And I also love all the On Passive family. That's for sure. Thank you, William, for sharing with us. All right. Next
also,
up,
Milo, you don't see the stream of tears coming out of my eyes.
That's true. Yeah, you're a great man, sir. All right. Let's bring on Mr. Engineer Mike. Come on, engineer, and talk to us for a few minutes, couple minutes.
Hello, Milo.
Hey.
Hello, leaders again. I mean, when I just see Mike Ellis sitting there, I just smile, you know. These are leaders who have inspired me so much. When I joined the company, I went to the back office. I saw their videos. Mike Ellis, Madi Digamo, Red Reference, Dan Street, you know, and those were the words that we were really looking for, right? So as it entered into me, I got the spark and I went wild. Hello. So I just want to thank them for getting that vision to share it with us, that we too, we grabbed the concepts and we started going. That was what even led me to started doing my own slide. If you people can remember, I was the person who really started the Friday Night Live, talking technical stuff there, teaching people what some concepts are all about. I did some by myself, some in collaboration with Lee Nakamoto, which was awesome. So I just want to thank everybody for all the support, all the leaders. When I just look at Dr. Bill Williams, Mike Ellis, Marty Digamo, Chris Johnson, I mean, all of us are heroes. Julie and Milo, we made ourselves, it was not an easy journey, but we could sail to it. But this is what we should take from it, okay? It is not the end. Now we should learn how to know what our products are and how to go further in the journey. Now, our people are still continuing their webinars, okay? I have my own slot, which is always on 11 Eastern every Sunday. I'll continue teaching products. We make it bilingual. I have a bilingual team. We'll do it in French and English, you know, then ask questions. I will still be bringing some of our leaders again to come talk to us after that to answer questions. So this is the time for us to buckle up and learn more, because we want to be, I want to be a reseller, okay? It is a position that a company will get. I don't want to leave it, miss anything out. I want to still make some apples being a reseller. So if you want to be a reseller, you need to know about the products. So I just want to thank everybody for the support, right? People who have hosted so many webinars, done presentations all around the globe, and thank you very much, all the leaders. You people made us happy, and we are very happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. You do a great job, very knowledgeable. We love having you on the show and bringing your expertise to us. And I'm glad to see Mr. Mike Ellis came up. Before him, we're going to have Greg Lockins and then Mr. Mike Ellis. Okay, Greg, come on down and talk to us about electric cars, I'm sure.
Hello, founders. Here on this great opportunity, but I think most people in this area are stuck in by days of passive petroleum fuel, and this state gets 14% of electricity from recycled, but we're still driving petroleum cars and trucks, and it's hopefully pretty soon will be taken care of. But the dinosaurs died because of a meteor, but it is some stupidity of fossil fuel industry to Exxon knew about it 40 years ago, but they had money. I'm living on SSI, but I have I've been here hopefully from the beginning, but people gotta wake up. Anyway, thank you.
All right, thank you, Greg, and I think you have woken them up. Everyone understands, and it's a great platform that you're able to share on, and thank you so much for coming down. All right, next up, we have none other than Mr. Mike Ellis. Now, all of us have been watching this guy for years. He is the man. He is the man that started out with the shows, the videos, and man, I don't think there's anyone, Mike, here that doesn't know you and haven't watched you and haven't used your product. And I would like to say to you personally and from all the founders, thank you so much for all you do for us. Come down and talk to us. Don't you worry about the 3 minutes. We just want you to talk, and I'm sure I'm going to have some questions for you.
Yeah, no, thanks, Milo. That's awful nice of you to say, but we're all founders here, and I really wanted to talk about leadership. That's come up today on this webinar, and over the last, I don't know, maybe the last 2 weeks, I've listened to a lot of webinars. I've listened to Lynn's webinar, yours and Julie's webinar, and many other webinars. And it just amazes me how many terrific leaders are coming into OnPassive. And OnPassive is one of those rare companies that gives people the opportunity to come in and really shine. And you and Lynn and Julie and some of the other people that do webinars are a perfect example of that. And OnPassive is creating so many leaders right now, and we need them. We need each and every one of you to be the leaders that you are, because you were leaders before you came to OnPassive. It's just that OnPassive was the vehicle to really let you spread your wings and fly. And it's so important that we have thousands and thousands of leaders in OnPassive. Why? We all know OnPassive, they're a big dog. They're the big dog on the block, and they're bigger than anything we ever imagined. And as I think about OnPassive today, I used to think about OnPassive in terms of billions of dollars of revenue coming in the first year. That's what I thought about. But over the last, I would say probably the last month and a half, that $1 billion is gone from my vocabulary. We're not talking about billions of dollars coming into On Passive today. We're talking about trillions of dollars coming into On Passive. Our market today in On Passive, our yearly market that we have, I can think of $2 trillion worth of market cap that we have right now. And I can do that pretty easily. I think there's more than that. And I think when Ash Mufareh starts to share some of the things that he's going to be sharing with us in the near future, it's just going to blow you away. And it's going to take that $2 trillion market cap and just knock it over the moon. That's how big On Passive is. So when we start to think about On Passive, why do we need all these leaders? It's because On Passive is massive. And when you think about On Passive, if you don't think you have a stage where you can come on and shine, you're wrong. Ash Mufareh is looking for you. He needs people coming into On Passive. And a great example of that, again, it's Milo, it's Julie and Milo, it's Lynn and John, it's some of the other people that do webinars. And you know most of the names that are out there. But more and more people are going to be coming forward and are going to be put into the spotlight because On Passive needs you, whether it's in Papua New Guinea, and I absolutely love Papua New Guinea. I listened to Nancy last night, and I was just going, that's it. That's who we are. She is On Passive. And if you look at Africa, if you look at North and South America, if you look at Europe, if you look at the Baltic states, if you look all around the world, we have leaders coming out in On Passive. And the only reason we can do that is because Ash Mufareh has made this possible. He's made it possible for you to come out and shine. And there are so many people that are shining today. It's just really, really refreshing, not only to know that we're in a company that is bigger than anything we can even imagine, but Ash Mufareh puts you on a platform, brings you out, and lets you shine in front of all the founders and all the customers that are going to be coming in. So leadership is really, really important in On Passive. Milo, you and Julie do a great job. Lynn, you do an awesome job. And believe me, we need all of you. You are the face of On Passive. And I mean that. You are the face of On Passive. So guys, you're doing a great job. I'll turn it back over to you, Milo.
All right.
Thank you. Are there other things we can talk about On Passive pretty much for the next 5 weeks? But go ahead, Milo.
I hear you, Mike. I just want to tell you, thank you for being an inspiration to me, and Marty and Red and Jeffrey Morlock, and Charles Osung, when we have leaders like that we can follow, it makes it easier. And I think of even on the show here, I watch people develop and people come out and people that didn't talk hardly before and now they're talking. But it all started. I mean, a lot of it was your videos when you first come out. I just want to say kudos to you, man. I love you. Appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate that, Milo. But and all of you know this. It was a collaboration between Dan, Marty, and I. And without those two guys, I'd be one guy doing video with a viewer of 3. So it really was a combination of all of us. But thanks, Milo.
Hey, it takes all of us, and it's great to be part of a great family like this. I love it. I really do, and I appreciate being here with you. So thank you so much for sharing with us, Mike. All right, next up we got Mr. Richard Lemos. Come on down, brother.
I love all you beautiful men, women, and children of the world from the bottom of my heart. Well, I'm going to tell you, Mike, I love you, man. I love everybody who made videos. I've been here since the beginning, and what I've gained the most out of all this On Passive is not only knowledge. I mean, these techie people, they have a way to put it so simple that we understand it. But what I've gained the most out of On Passive is this big family full of love all over the world. That is my biggest gain from On Passive. The men, the women, and the children of On Passive. All these webinars that we have, all these lovely people and beautiful people just coming on and telling their story and telling their dreams. And, you know, On Passive is going to take over the world. We all have this heart from God full of love, and On Passive is going to spread that love all over the world. That's all I have to say to you. And I love you all. Big kiss and big hug to all of you. Bye-bye.
Julie, fill in for a second.
Thank you.
I'm not sure Milo's here.
It's okay. Thank you very much, Richard. I think that's it for hands raised, right? Oh no, I see Momodu has his hand raised. You can go ahead and speak, Momodu.
Yes, Miss Lynn. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to Mr. Milo, Miss Julie, and everybody. You know, I just want to thank you all and thank you from the bottom of my heart, you know, for all this education you've impacted in me. I can't say much, but I just want to express my appreciation to you, to all of you, and thanks to Mr. Ash. You know, I'm just coming from my job. Now I'm heading to the other one, you know. So I know very, very soon I'll stop and be on my own. Thank you very much. So please,
thank you.
Sometimes I might do certain things that may annoy, but please forgive me. I don't intend to do that, you know. Sometimes I may want you to see my video, but I'm at work.
It's okay.
Yeah, so I really appreciate everything you've done for me and my family. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Momodu. You're always in webinars. You're always working too. I noticed that. But that's time limited, as our dreams are going to come true very soon. And we're going to have time freedom and financial freedom. So thank you for participating today. Next, we have Harold Fox. Harold Fox, you're up.
Thank you, Lynn. I'd like to thank Mike, Marty, all the leaders that have guided us when we first came in. When I came in, it was less than 30,000 people here. And now what we have, 1.5 big, and we will continue to grow. This program, when I first came on, I would come on, you wouldn't see my face, and I definitely wouldn't say a word. But over the course of growing and meeting you guys and learning about your stories and feeling comfortable with you have allowed me to come on and say a few words. This program has allowed me the freedom to dream again, because I had been in so many different MLL companies that, you know, weren't all they say they would be. But I come in this company and they tell me I don't have to sponsor. The company will sponsor for me. All I have to do is share, tell people about the program if they're interested, okay? If they're not, okay. And this is taking the burden off my shoulders of recruiting me. I don't recruit anyone, I share. And that's what I love about this program. And leaders, the number of leaders that, like you said, Ben, Marlo, Julie, Marty, I mean, they have been fantastic. I mean, anything that you need to know or need to be done, they will help you in some form or another. And I'm grateful for that. That's enough for me, Sharon. Thanks for letting me share.
All right, thank you, Harold. It's good to see you on, and I've noticed that you come on and you talk, and we love when you talk. You share such good stuff. All right, next up we got MD Chouhan. Come on down, talk to us. How about Mr. Chouhan? I see his hand went down. All right, let's move on. Mr. David Schweitzer from Kansas City, come on down and talk to us.
Hey, hi, everybody. Hey, I just want to say something. I know when On Passage launched, was starting to launch. Well, when they was introducing On Passage, I remember Mike standing in his backyard talking about On Passage. That's how long ago I remember that. And I think that's probably one of his first videos he made. But he was standing in his backyard making a video talking about On Passage. So I kind of remember that. And I got a question asked too. ONET. Now, ONET is something that you go in there and put your comments in there and stuff like that. And I wrote a nice comment in there. And what bothers me a little bit that you can't go back and check what you wrote on there. You know, I go through there and I go through there and go there. I just want to see how many likes I got on it, you know, just to check. But you can't find it. I don't know. I hope maybe later it's going to get better. That's what I'm thinking. But you know, anybody got an answer on that maybe, or maybe it is going to get better over time?
It will, David. That's just a basic shell core of it. When network comes out, it's going to be better than Facebook. You'll be able to go back to it and everything. I believe that's correct. Help me out, Mike, if you know anything different, or I see Peter Rogers here, or engineer Mike. Do you guys have anything to say with that?
I think what you just said there, actually, Milo is correct. I think, well, I'm pretty sure everything that's in the back office at the moment, product-wise, is just a shell of the actual product that we'll be seeing later on. You know, and it's really exciting to see what we have actually got in the back office. But you know, obviously, I think with all the information that's going to be given to us in the next few weeks, I think our eyes are going to be open really wide, and people are going to be taken back about what we've got our hands on. So,
yeah, I think it would be nice that you can, when you write something in there, you can go to it right away and be able to check what you wrote in there, and you maybe want to see how many likes you got and stuff like that. That you know, that could lead some good things and stuff like that. But right now, you really got to look for it to find it. So
I'm sure what Milo has just said.
Yeah,
it's gonna be better on Facebook. It's, you know, you will be able to see everything you put. You'll be able to see the comments that you get back on it. I'm absolutely convinced of that. So you know, it's just wait and see.
Yeah, remember, it's just a shell, David. It's not, that's not a full-blown product or anything. It's going to be much better than that. All it is just doing to make sure that you can get in, you can do a thing here or there, that it works. You know, that's all they're doing is testing it out. It's not the product. The product is going to be much better than that. All of them, just like Peter was saying, you know, all the products in there are really just a shell. They're just mainly just to go in, check them out, and move about, make sure that they're working. That's all those are for. Once the products come out, which I expect, you know, any day or whatever for us founders, I believe we're going to be actually blown away by how good the product is because of the features. Just like you're saying, it'll be much easier. You know, it's going to be much easier to find and move around than things we have today. All right. Does that answer your question? All right. Good. All right. And next up, we got Mr. Alan G from South Africa. Come on down, brother.
Hi, just a comment on what David was saying there. There is a little search bar on within the network, our network, and you can actually put your name in there to pull up your posts. I don't know if you're aware of that, David. As I said, there is a little search bar at the top where you can actually put in your name and your first name or your surname, and normally you'll pick up your posts. But besides that, thank you everybody for all the support. I've enjoyed my time on Passive. I've changed a lot. I've improved a lot. I've become more confident to speak out. Thanks to everybody here for what they do. And thanks to Mike Ellis and Engineer Mike, and all the other leaders who are always here to support us. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Alan. Yes, there is that search bar. But like I said, it's going to change a lot here when the product comes out. It's going to make it so much easier.
Yeah, but at the moment, yeah, I agree with you. But I say at the moment,
but yes, absolutely. For the meantime, you know, I I understand. I don't do much on ONET myself, just because I don't know why. I got a lot of other things to do, and I'm kind of waiting for the full thing to come out. I've just
Yeah.
known,
No, trying to work out a way how to get people onto ONET once it comes in.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of social media at the moment.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, ONET's going to be able, if you're a musician, he'll build your fan base for you. If you're whatever you are, if you're Michael Ellis and you put your video out there, guess what? It's going to build your fan base even bigger than he already is, and it's going to do amazing stuff for us. ONET is going to be one of the great products, and I think that we will have leaders come out with the different products. Someone might like this product and they'll learn that real good. You'll be able to learn from them. But remember, we're also going to have tutorials in there that will take us right through how to do everything. But thank you so much for sharing what you know right now, Alan. That's great. So David, hopefully.
Hey, Milo, let me say one thing real quick about ONET. And everything you said is absolutely true, Milo. It's going to get much better. But ONET is a really, really big deal, because as you bring people into ONET, into your group, into your ONET area, network, all of those people, and I know you guys know this, all of those people are tied to you. And it doesn't matter what they do, whether it's in a day, a week, a month, a year, if they come in and buy something from OnPassive because you invited them into ONET for whatever interest they have, maybe it's music, maybe it's carpentry, maybe whatever it is, they're tied to you. That is such a big deal. Not only are they tied to you, but as they bring in people because they want them to see your content, they're tied to you. So ONET is one of those things that most people don't think about, but when you think about it and you're bringing people into ONET, and David, you're right, it's going to be so much better than you see right now, David. People will want to come in, and as you bring people in there, you bring in 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 people. All those people are tied to you. That it is such a big deal. You can't believe how big ONET is. And when we get the real product of ONET, you want to go crazy with that thing. I know Marty's going to, I know we're going to, we'll tell people how to do it, but you want to go crazy with ONET because it's a free product. You bring people in and boom, you got them. So it's a big deal. Go ahead, Milo.
Absolutely, Mike. And you bring up a great point. I mean, and I think a lot of us might not realize that as founders, the beautiful thing about being a founder is you get that head start over everyone else. So you get to start promoting it before. And I encourage every one of you, when you get the product or when we're told what to do, man, go out there and promote, because, whatever you got, 7 to 90 days, whatever it is that before that global launch, the more people you can get into it or that knows about it. Remember, like Mike said, those are coming into your system, and when they buy something, that it will go onto your commission. I mean, there's nothing better than that. I remember when I become a salesman for a lumber yard, and it was a beautiful thing because I could go out and I could talk to a customer. And once I had that customer's account set up in my name, basically, that I was the salesperson, it didn't matter if their electrician walked into a store, if their plumber walked into a store, if just the lowest guy on the totem pole walked into the store, or the owner of the company walked in the store and they said, yeah, we want to buy something, we want to put it on this account. Guess who sold that product? Right here. I got commissions for it, and I might not have did anything other than that initial talking to the customer. That's the beauty of this. It's like, I like to think of it as almost like being a life insurance salesman, because of the truth of the fact that you realize that once you tell someone about it, or they come in under you, or, well, I don't want to say under you, but you're getting commissions for them because they're buying from you. Remember, OnPassive is going to bring the people to you. They drop them into your funnel. Once they are in your funnel, do you realize you get a commission every whatever day of the month that they came in? you are now going to get that commission the exact same time on that day of the month. I mean, this is just, it'll blow your mind when you think of that. Because, I mean, if you get 1 or 2 today, and you might get 1 tomorrow, and the next day none, and the next day 7, well, all of a sudden, all of this is adding up for you, and it becomes a wonderful thing. And when you get that concept and you see how this will grow, because remember, the other thing that is so cool about this, it's self-funding. Who in their right mind would ever quit? I mean, and even if they do quit, that thing will just move up and it'll keep paying out. So, I mean, you're not going to lose out on it. You know, it's a beautiful thing. You agree with me, Mike?
I do agree with you, Milo. It is a beautiful thing. And everything you said is absolutely 100% right, but it's bigger than that.
That's the truth.
It's bigger than that.
That blows my mind, because I don't think the mind can even comprehend it, Mike. I try to think as big as I can, and then there's always something else that comes up that's even bigger.
Milo, if you're listening to Ash Mufarah, you can't keep up with it. My little pea brain can't keep up with Ash. I mean, he comes out and blows me away every single day. The last 2 weeks have been, I mean, I can't believe how good the position that we're all in because of our crazy professor, what he does, what he thinks about. And then you throw Marty in there, who talks to him on a regular basis. Those two, it's dangerous. It's absolutely dangerous, but it's a good danger. So yeah, no, we're in a good place, Milo.
Absolutely. And I agree with you, Mike, and it doesn't matter if you came in number 1 or you come in number 1 million, whatever it is, 477,793 or whatever. It doesn't matter where you are. If you are in that, you are in a great place. And I mean, just a great place.
I'll talk about that a little bit after Engineer Mike. Milo.
Okay. All right.
There's some good stuff there too.
All right, Engineer, come on down and talk to us, brother.
Hello, Milo. It's a good one. I mean, when like I say, these are the leaders that will meet, Mike Ellis and Marty and the people who come out there who read their friend. They just pack us Christians into, I mean, to be reasoning in a different dimension all the time. So the point that I want to bring now is about us preparing for the next stage of our journey. Build up your databases. So all those companies that you've worked for before, it's the time. You have to be thinking of all those email addresses. You had those email correspondences with your people. To get those email addresses, get their first name, last name, email addresses, if possible, their numbers. Put them in your diary or create a spreadsheet, okay? Just put them there chronologically. This name, this the name, first name, last name, email address, a number. If you don't have the number, it's okay. Email address is good, you know? Just keep them, because the time is coming. And when is the time? It's the time when Mr. Ash will come tell us, okay, this is your link. Your link contains all the products. And like Mike Ellis told us now, right now, we'll be having our own net, which is free. Oh, you send it to them via email. Oh, guys, I have this product. You want to try it? Try it. You send them an email, just that. You don't need to talk too much, right? Because our products sell for themselves. They speak value, right? You don't need to talk too much, just a small note, and you send out that email to them. If you have copied all of those email addresses, you have them, your first name, last name, and telephone number, if you have them. If you don't, it's okay, just an email is good enough. You send out that email to them, and guess what, like my Ellie says, once they open the link to click on it, that link for you forever. Be it 10 million of them, be it 10,000, be it 2 of them. Just imagine you have 2 people in your team every day. Do you know what that means? Mike Ellis will tell you the power of 3, right? 2, 3, you know? If you get them every day or every month, 3 people in your team. At the end of 2, 3 days, oh, Milo was doing some numbers with me the other day. He can go with you over that with you people. It will be mind blowing. So let's keep ourselves together. Put those databases. Let's keep them. Keep them. It is the time to look for them and keep. They become very handy very soon. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Yeah, it's crazy. It blows your mind if you start doing numbers and stuff. It's crazy. All right, Mike, you want to say something?
Milo, before you go to the next individual, let me talk to Mike real quick.
Okay.
I agree with what you're saying, Mike. You want to get in front of as many people as you can. You have to be very, very careful with bringing in lists of people you don't know. Okay. There is a way to do that. It's not easy to do. So you have to be very, very careful. We don't want people to go out there and bring in a list and they have no idea who these people are. They've never met them and then start spamming them. We don't want to do that. There are ways to do it. And as we get into the global launch of the products, Marty, Dan, and I will be talking more about that, but you just have to be careful. That's all I wanted to say. Go ahead, Milo.
Absolutely, Mike. A good point. That is so true. And I think that, one of the things that Ash has said is when Academy comes out, I don't know if you guys remember this, but he says, we will have a marketing university on it. Now, I believe personally that's going to be Ash telling us how to market, and if you got those email addresses and stuff, it's great if you know them. But there will be a way that we will be able to market to them, whether it's something online or they click on it and verify their address type thing, something like that will bring them into the system, I believe. And that's all to be learned in marketing. So good point, Mike. Did you have anything else to say? I know you wanted to talk before about something.
No, that's okay, Milo. I would just tell everybody, wait for a little direction on that area of marketing. It will be breached. We will talk about it, but wait for a little direction on that. That's all, Milo. Go ahead. No, go ahead and go with the other panelists, Milo. I can come in anytime.
Okay, absolutely. I do think that it's a good point to start getting your ducks in a row and bringing those into a spreadsheet or something like that. And I also encourage everybody, make sure that you know what are you going to do with your apples when they start falling, because I believe the apples will start falling so fast that you don't want to leave them in the bucket just to rot. You want to get them out there, because remember, the more you give away or you get rid of, you get that coming back to you, and I think that's an important point, and there's many ways to come to that. Do you want to work with a hospital? Do you want to work with, homeless? Do you want to work with this one or that one or whatever? There's many ways to get it out there to help people. And I think when you actually see the concept of what Mr. Ash is, it's not about us, it's about humanity, it's about helping others, and that's important. And I think it's very important to start making a list up. And I'm not talking 100 people or 10, 12 people. I'm talking you're going to have thousands or whatever that you'll be able to help over time. So you want to start thinking about that. All right, next up we got from the UK, Mr. Peter Rogers. He was one of the first in. In fact, I believe he brought in Red, and Red brought in Marty and Mike and Dan. I believe that's the way it went, something like that.
Hey, no, Peter is the man. He is the man.
That's right. No, Peter Rogers, come on down, talk to it.
Well, before we go into that, I just want to say as well, with what we were saying about engineer Mike was saying about emails and all that, sending out an email. You've got to remember that Ash has already said that he's going to provide videos for each of the products. So these obviously when we get the go ahead, like Mike said about marketing, there's going to be videos. It's going to be explaining what the products are going to be and how to use the products, and that is going to be a big help to everybody, obviously involved in the OnPassive platform. And going back to what you were just saying, Red actually brought me into OnPassive, and I actually brought in Marty, and Marty brought in Mike and Dan, and obviously, it's been on gone on like that. But yeah, I've been around since the beginning with Red. And, you know, we have seen this from what it was, 2 little recordings from Ash to what it is today. And so we have seen a lot over the last 4 years. So yeah, that was all I wanted to really say. Really, it was about the videos, you know, to be brought along, you know, to be introduced with the different product that's going to be available to us. So,
absolutely. Okay. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, I was in since September 1st, 2018, and who would have thought that it would be where it is today? I don't think any of us thought that. You know, I mean, it wasn't. It was just back then. It was just those 2 videos or 2 recordings. I don't even think they were videos. They were just recordings, and to listen to them, and here we are today. You know, it's amazing.
Yeah, they were just recordings, and I remember myself going on a webinar with Ash. There was only 58 people on that first webinar that I went on with Ash. 58 people.
Wow.
And when to be fair, that when we got involved, there was, I think I was about 2,500 founders when me and Red got involved. But like today, you know, you go on all the big webinars with Ash, you don't get all the founders on there. You know, you get the core founders, and that was the same in those days as well. But obviously, like Mike was saying, we're getting all these different leaders coming in now. You know, it's great because I'm, you know, obviously I'm a leader. I sort of sit in the background a bit, and I just watch everybody coming in and giving their input, and it's great to listen to and great to see. And you know, while we're on here as well, I want to give a plug for the UK. We've got obviously our function next Saturday at the Bank House in Worcestershire in the UK. So if you're a UK founder, please try and get there. We've got so many leaders going to be there. It's going to be a great event, and we're hoping to get all the leaders like Mike and all that to come on the Zoom as well when we're streaming. I think we're streaming to over 40 different accounts, YouTube accounts, and Ash is going to be coming on as well. So you know, it's going to be a great event. So we're looking forward to that. Okay, so there's my plug.
Awesome. We're excited to see you. You know, on it. Absolutely. So it's going to be a good day. I think that's July 2nd, you said, right? Yes. Okay, great. All right. And I kind of jumped ahead there. I always do that. I look at the person on the screen instead of looking at my sideline, and I miss Latoya Belgrave Francis from the USA. Come on down top to us, Latoya.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Milo. I love that you're from Nashville. I grew up in Tennessee, but I'm here on the West Coast now. And I wanted to point about pending founders. So I was found after minute just to see the influx of founders coming in is growing. The number ticking up, and I understand that it's important for the jump in because not only is it important for them, it's also important for the people who invited them. So
is everyone hearing her? Or is she breaking up? She's breaking up real bad to me. I can't understand.
Breaking up. Yeah, she's breaking up. It's hard to hear.
I can't understand what you're saying. Let's try.
Well, that would be good for me on all virtual because my internet is unstable. So I'm going to try to log on from a different route. And if I could get my turn in line as soon as I come back. Thank you.
Yes, great. Thank you. All righty. All right. Yeah, some good stuff. I think what she was talking about was pending founders, you know, and what was happening with them. I'm not sure, but just so everyone knows, the pending founders, and I'm not sure if it's over yet or if people are still able to get it, but I think it's just the pending founders that if you have any in your account, make sure you get rid of them, you know, at least let the people know as quick as possible. I don't even know if it's still available. Do you know, Mike, or Is it still available?
Yeah, no, if you're a pending person that's come in and registered, you haven't paid yet, yeah, it's still available. If you go back there, log in, the payment thing will come on, you pay your $97 and now you're a founding member. How long that's going to last, I don't think very long, Milo. If you're a pending founder, you haven't paid yet, get on your horse. You better do it quickly, because if you don't do it quickly, it's not going to be around. And we're gonna enjoy the benefits of Unpassive. We're gonna reap all that harvest, and you're gonna be on the sideline. You don't want to be there.
Absolutely. And for those of you that don't know if you have pending founders, the way to find out is you go into your back office, go to My Team, and then there's a search bar at the top, and you can click on it, and it'll say pending founders, and it'll tell you how many pending founders you have, if you have any, and then click the magnifying glass, and it will bring up all your pending founders. It'll bring up, their emails, their phone numbers, and, just contact them. Say, hey, you have a pending founders account. Do you want to pay for it? You probably do. Get it done right away, because I don't even know if you can do it. That's what I tell my people. I say, hey, I don't know how long it's going to be. It's there right now. If you go and you click on it and then you get a payment page, I'm going to tell you, you are a very blessed person, because you should have not even have that chance, but it's something that's there for you right now. Take that chance. And like Mike said, you don't want to be sitting there later and say, man, you know what? I could have been on there. And especially if you call someone and they don't get in, and then when they're sitting there and they say, man, I wish I would have got in, and say, yeah, well, I tried to tell you, but didn't have it. Of course, none of us would do that. We would say, oh man, I just feel bad for you, but anyway, so let's see. Do we have anyone else? Yes, we have Mr. Akram Hussain. Come on down and talk to us, brother.
Thank you, Milo. Actually, I would like to inform to our also some Bangladeshi communities about who have the pending founders. Today's I have got most of the calls from our community. So they are asking that if I just now payment, so there have any problem or we have faced anything. So through the Julie and Milo shows, I would like to inform to all the Bangladeshi communities and also of the planet. Some of the countries, they are also confusing that. So if you get the payment page at this moment, so we don't know how long it will be, but if you get at this moment, they are so much lucky, they can also payment, no problem. Say they will be the very, very, very blessed person of the Unpassive. So far I think that, so it is the last chance. So who have already pending the founders, they can easily payment and they can be the founders. So don't worry, and you cannot give the registration at this moment, and this is the closed, and there have no any new founders, or they cannot anything, but who have the pending, so but they can take this opportunity. But it can be anytime it can be closed. So don't hurry up. If you take this opportunity, especially I will take to the Bangladeshi communities, you can take it, and who have the pending founders. Thank you very much, Milo.
All right. Thank you, Akeem. Thank you. Yeah, that's quite a group you got over there in Bangladesh. We love that. So, all right. Thank you for coming on and talking. Okay. And next up, we got Miss Latoya is back in the house, and come on down and talk to us.
I cannot wait until virtual. Can everybody hear me now? Better?
Yes. Perfect.
Awesome. It's my internet connection on my computer. So virtual will definitely help out there. So what I was mentioning is that, I was one of those founders who was refreshing on the last day. I'm out here on the West Coast now, so one of the last groups to be able to join in. And so I was refreshing constantly just to see the numbers picking up. Just interesting to me, like every couple of seconds, new founders coming in. One thing I do notice, though, when it comes to pending founders, is that despite the fact that that the opportunity for pending founders is still available for people to join, the number of total founders has not changed since it was shut down. So if if those pending founders were actually interested in becoming actual founders and active founders, would that number start ticking up as those pending founders turn their numbers to turn themselves to active?
No, it would not. My understanding is because if you're a pending founder, that is included in the total. So the total can go down if when the pending founders are purged out, that number will actually go down, which makes it even more valuable for us. Less founders.
Thank you.
Okay. I believe I'm correct on that. And I've seen Mike and John and Peter shaking their head, and Mike.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, great. So that's your answer. So the pending founders are already included in that total. So if they don't come in, if they don't buy their spots, and remember, no one can buy their spots except them. So you don't go trying to buy it and changing it to your email. You'll end up getting in a bad way. And I can tell you, none of you want to go there. So if you have a pending founder, they come in, then it will stay that number. But, you know, as they wipe them out, there'll be a day where I think there will be less founders than what we have right now. I believe that it will be less. However many pending founders there is that don't sign up, those will be taken off and we'll be given a exact count what it is. Make sense?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Latoya. Good to hear from you. Did you say you were from Tennessee?
Yeah, I moved there when I was 13. I lived in all parts. Grew up in the northeast part near the Tri-Cities, Kingsport. I went to school in Memphis, and I went on active duty, and my first duty station was Fort Campbell, Kentucky, which is on the state line. So I was living in Clarksville. So
Clarksville, sure.
To northeast to southwest to middle.
Yeah,
and I'm in Washington State.
You traveled the whole state. That's good. That's good. All right, Nashville's a beautiful city. I encourage any of you who've never been to Nashville. To me, it's the best city in the world. And it's not just because I live there either. It's because it is the funnest city. I go down there at night and I'm amazed every night. The good people that come in from all over the world, you know, and just have a good time. I love it. All right, let's see. What about Mr. Jeffrey Morlock? Are you in the house? I know he said he was gonna come on. I don't know if he's here yet. Have you seen him, Lynn?
I have not yet seen him.
Okay, he should be coming up. How about Mr. Marty DeGarmo? Are you in the house?
I do not see him either.
Marty's probably got 50 things going on for sure. You know, he pops in and out. So, all right, let's see. Do we have any more hands? Anyone else want to talk? Nobody? Nobody. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Let me see how long see if Jeff's on his way. If not, we will probably just go ahead and shut it.
I think Mike wanted to say something after everyone spoke. I remember.
Let me add a couple of things.
Absolutely,
Milo. Yeah, you know, over the last really over the last 6 months, but even more intense over the last month and a half. Everybody talks about value, the value of Unpassive, and they talk about the product side. They talk about the tech team. We talk about a lot of things in Unpassive that have extreme value. But Harold started to get into the marketing side of Unpassive, which is the side I absolutely love. And it's the side that we can come out and say Unpassive is 100% automated. And when you start to think about the marketing of Unpassive, for the founding member, I think that's the most valuable thing that we have as founders. And the reason for that is because most people can't market. You might think you can, but most people can't market. It's a very, very difficult thing to do. And And not long ago, and a lot of you will know this figure, Ash Mufareh talked about marketing, and he talked about it extensively. And Harold, you'll absolutely love this because you think about the marketing side of OnPassive. But he came on and he talked about his marketing experience, what he's done in the past, and what he expects from OnPassive. And again, 100% automated. OnPassive is doing this for us. And he talked about a conversion rate. In other words, customers coming in and buying. That's what a conversion rate is. They're going to come in and buy. And his conversion rate, I mean, a really, really average conversion rate for Ash Mufareh and his team is 25%. Now, I've been doing this a very, very long time. 25% will literally take you to the moon. You'll never have to worry about finances the rest of your life, ever, 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 ever. That's an average return for Ash Mufareh. 100 people come in, 25 of them buy. Okay, why is that so important for you and I as founders? Well, number one, that's the average. That's not what he's going to get, I believe, anyway. He's going to do much, much better than that on the marketing side of OnPassive as AI comes in, because AI makes everything a lot easier. They're changing things in milliseconds, boom, boom, boom. And they're testing all the advertising that Ash is doing out there. So maybe the conversion rate goes from 25 to 30 to 40%. He's had as good a rates as 100%. Now, he might do that, but I don't know. I don't expect that as I look at. I mean, if he does, I'm in the Bahamas for the next 3 months. I mean, that's just the way it is. But when you look at that, when you look at the conversion rate that Mr. Mufareh is going to have, for us, the founding members of OnPassive, every 100 people that go through your organization, 25%, 25 of those are going to buy, and you're going to get more than 100 going through a month. Believe me, believe me. And when we look at that, it really is incredible when you start to think about what I talked about earlier. What's our market? It's not 1 billion. It's not 50 billion. It's not 100 billion. It's not $500 billion. It's a couple of $1 trillion annually. That's not over the course of the life of OnPassive. That's an annual amount of revenue coming in. And OnPassive is going to have a 20%, 25% conversion rate with those individuals coming in, looking at the products of OnPassive and buying. Now, think about that just for a little bit. That is the power of OnPassive. That's the real value to the founding members of OnPassive. And when you look, and Milo said this earlier, I don't care where you came in. I don't care if you're the last founder that came in today, yesterday, whenever. I don't care if you're like Peter, who came in 2018, although I would love to be Peter because he's in a really, really good place. But it doesn't matter. Whoever you are, with the type of conversion that OnPassive is going to be happening, with the market that we have, the size of the market that we have, and I think I'm small. I think it's bigger than that. Whoever you are, when you're in OnPassive, you are going to get to that place very, very quickly. It's not going to take a lot of time. It's not going to take you half your lifetime to get to that place where you don't worry about finances. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Value is a really, really important thing, and people have been talking about the value of OnPassive. But when I look at the marketing side, what Ash Mufareh does, and he is a genius on the marketing side, that value it really is something that is so rare, and you and I, we get it. We get it. That's really, really cool. So hopefully you don't sleep tonight. That's what I was trying to do here. Don't sleep.
Man,
go ahead,
Mike, wow. I mean, the thing, I love the targeted traffic. It's not just traffic that Ash is sending, it's targeted traffic, which makes those numbers go up. Now, I'd say, hey, probably everyone's going to get 3 people per month. And if you just run those numbers, all you got to do is take a calculator and you go, whatever number you have right now, and you multiply it by 4, and you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you will be blown away at the number that's there, because that is the power of leverage. It's kind of like the old saying, would you rather have me give you $1 million right now, or I'll give you a penny a day and I'll double it every day? Now, anyone that takes the million, they're not very smart, because if you take that penny a day and you double it every day, if it's a 30-day month, I think it's like 5 million. But if it's a 31-day month, it's 10 million, because you're doubling it every day. And this is what this is, the beauty of it. But now Mike's saying, hey, that 25%, you know, or 40%, if you're talking that, and if he brings 100 there, holy mackerel, Mike. And I know Ash has always said, you know, that I always love to say, and when someone would question something, he would go, well, he goes, if it looks like a duck and it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck, you know? And just the beautiful thing of it. And Mike, I know you've been around a long time, and some of us have been around a long time as far as affiliate marketing. You go to JVZoo or you go to ClickBank and you buy, or I don't even think you have to buy it. You don't have to buy it. You sign up and you take their website and you put it on there. Now, what is the hardest thing? There's people doing it that make $200,000-$300,000 a year on a product.
Milo, Milo, I know an individual that makes 10 million a year doing that.
They're very, very good. Let's talk about the conversion rate again, real quick. I use 25%. If Ash comes in at 8%, it's going to blow you away. He's going to do much better than that, but it's going to blow you away. The numbers of unpassive. I love the numbers of unpassive. And if I could talk about the numbers of unpassive, I mean, really talk about the numbers in apples. Absolutely.
I can't. Ash won't let me. It would blow your mind. I mean, literally, you guys would be fainting. People would be falling off their chair. That's how powerful what Mr. Muzaffar has done with unpassive. There are things I would love to talk about, and I think we'll be able to talk about some of these things in the weeks to come. Maybe I don't know. I hope so, because I love to talk about them.
Me too.
It doesn't matter, guys. Just understand where you're at today. And I know I'm saying this. You guys don't know. You don't know where you're at. You think you do, but you don't. But where you're at today, it is so unique, so rare, that just be happy you're right where you're at. And you have these great leaders out there that are doing all of this stuff for you, because it's just going to get better and better. And I've said this over and over. It's going to get better, better, and better. And every time I listen to Ash, I know that's true. Go ahead, Milo. Sorry, I got on a rant there.
No, I love it. I love it, Mike. I love talking about it myself. And, you know, it's like, and I know very little right now of what we got. Because when you talk about, you know, we talk about the products and we talk about this, but we haven't discussed physical products. Has anyone looked into laser technology? I mean, Ash said about laser technology once, and I looked at the laser technology and I'm like, holy mackerel, there is things that just blew my mind right there. Now you take those products, everybody in the world wants them, and you're able to sell that product maybe on the front end. And then once people are into your funnel, guess what? They're yours for life, man. It's amazing. It is so amazing. And I know that I don't know everything. None of us do. You know, we know a little bit. But like Mike said, wherever you think you are, you're much better than that. Believe me, you're much better than that. I don't think our minds can even comprehend where we're going with this. It's that big. It really is. And so you should be excited about it. So let's see, who do we got up? We got next up, Engineer Mike. Come on down, brother.
Yes, it is very exciting, big bro, Mike Ellis, because apart from the conversion rate, and you people should know that we're talking about somebody who has the best algorithms for conversion in the world. Now, I'm not going with 25, the figure of number of 25. No. Big bro, Mike Ellis, you know the number I go with all the time? It's 2%. I used to take some figures. Yeah, I take 0.02. For instance, I say, okay, let's say in a month, I get just, let me say 100 people come to my website. Then I want to give 0.02% of that number of people who comes to my website. Okay. Then now the number of people who come at 0.02% for 100 people, that would be like 10 people or something. So if you have just 10 people coming to your website, okay, then they are converted with 2%. No, let's say 100 people. Then the 2% is 10 people. So you're getting 10 people. So if you want to take it now and say, okay, let's look at the amount we're going to pay for our subscription. Because in every subscription, you will have something. Let's just say, okay, you have just, everyone is $20, right? Let's just give a random number, $20 per person that you get from one person. So you'll be getting that for 10 people. That is a plus in your commission per month. So if you have 20 times 10 people, how much is that? That's $200. So that's a plus. So, but those are very far from the numbers. You know, I just take something to just make my mind thinking about what's going to come on. I mean, we don't really know nothing. Trust me. We know 1 billion of what is coming ahead of us, like our big brother Mike Kelly say. So just take those figures and try to play with them. You become insane someday because the figures you'll be getting. I mean, Ash told us that we need more calculators, right? The digits we need, I don't even know. I mean, like, it's serious. It's not a joke. Just try to play around with the numbers and say, okay, conversion rate, 3% or 4%. Then the number of people who will come to your website, just imagine 10 people, 20, 100. Don't go to 1,000 because if you go to 1,000, you'll become blind. I think so. Just take the little ones and you'll see that, I mean, what is coming, we don't know. Thank you.
It is amazing, Mike. Me and you will run through some numbers the other day, and I'm just blown away. But anyway, talk about apples. We're gonna have truckfuls of apples. But all right, we're gonna close down with Hey. Will be the last speaker for the day, and then I'm gonna bring Marty on, and me and Marty's gonna talk for a few minutes. So, Dr. Benny, come on down.
Thank you, Brother Milo. The reason why I'm here is because now that we know that the founding position has ended, I believe it's time for us to save money, right, for our subscription. But most importantly, a lot of people have problem with the password. I need each and everyone to protect your password, because now that pretty soon when we start making the apples, or should I say the dollars, we have to be very careful, especially those who are utilizing their cell phones. Please be very, very careful when you're sitting beside someone that is watching what you are doing, knowing that pretty soon will have that money, they will steal your information. Please, and again, my own recommendation is that I would like each and everyone to please, every 3 months, you change your password. And I noticed that in every organization, we do have a password policy, password security policy that is being written. And with that one, I know that we have to utilize the alphanumeric, right? So like words, numbers, and special characters. And it should be, I want you guys to at least use strong characters, right? Please, we need to protect our data. And when I just want to let you guys know as well that our company has installed, it has installed antivirus to protect our data. And when I talk about our data, we're talking about money. So please, I want you guys to be very, very careful. Please do not give your email to somebody. Some of our older people, a lot of people are being crazy, trying to steal our, let me say, grandmothers. We have some women here that are like 70 years old, that they join OnPassive, and they don't know that much, right? Please, 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 I want each and everyone to protect your information. Thank you. That is the reason why I came here.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Benny. Thank you. All right. Next up, we got Mr. Bruce Gerstein. Come on down.
Hey, Milo and Julie, thank you so much for what you're doing. Mike Ellis, I gotta say, I could listen to you forever. You are the one who talks a lot about money, and you are the one who breaks that down to a practical sense. So I had a couple of questions for you. Thank you so much. One statement, because how I got into here was because just said, all done for you. And when we're saying all done for you, that means artificial intelligence will drive traffic through your site, but it doesn't guarantee anyone anything. It just guarantees a driver to the site, and it's a matter of people to pay. Correct, Mundo?
You're right, Bruce, and you're wrong.
Okay.
You are guaranteed to be successful. We don't put a dollar amount on there. You will be successful. You will make some apples. That is guaranteed. Okay. We just can't put a number on that for a lot of different reasons. We want to stay copacetic with the regulators, but because of the way OnPassive is structured, you can't lose. That's the way Ash set it up.
That's why we're all here, right?
That's exactly right, Bruce. And by the way, Bruce, you've got a heck of a lot of knowledge about OnPassive. I like listening to you too.
Thank you. I like my voice a lot better today too. I think it's stronger.
Well, it's a lot better than mine. I guarantee that.
Now your voice is great. But the other question, well, this is another thing, everyone here comes from MLM. And the thing about MLM, your experience is losing all the time. Now, when we talk about all these big people coming, the universities coming in, doctors coming in, it still comes down to all of them still have to take a position inside, or if they're there, they're founders, and they fall into place beneath all the other founders. So I'm assuming that as looking at that, some people that are sitting here today on this site, looking at us in the website, will benefit from people coming in that they have no idea they will benefit from. Is that be true too?
I'm not quite sure what the question is, Bruce.
Well, at a university coming in, and they come in from a founder's position. Somewhere along the line, they fall into the vortex of for a better word, all the founders before them, right?
Yes, that's correct, Bruce.
Okay,
that's correct.
So some people in this site may benefit from them. Not everyone, but somebody. Some may.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting a kind of an idea of what the question is. The pay structure, how do we get paid? How do people fall? Where do they fall? Where do they go? That kind of thing.
We don't know.
No, it's not that we don't know, Bruce. It's just that the pay structure of OnPassive is so dynamic. You will have never seen anything like what Ash Muzaffar has done with this pay structure. Number one, you don't see a lot of it because we want people to see us in one way. We don't want them to see us in an old-fashioned way. So you're not going to see a lot of the things that are happening behind the scenes. That's okay. We have a CEO in Ash Muzaffar who does the right thing all the time, honest, clean, ethical. That's what OnPassive is. And when he tells us the pay structure of OnPassive is better than anything you've ever seen, I can testify to that. I kind of have an idea of how some of the things are going to work. Believe me, nobody here is going to be disappointed. And how things fall in your organization, Ash put it very, very simply. You get paid for the sale of products. Okay, doesn't matter if it comes from OnPassive, they do it for you. It doesn't matter if it comes from you. It doesn't matter if it comes from your organization of sales reps throughout the world, not your county, throughout the world. When there is a sales made in your organization, you get paid. Really, that's the simplest way to look at it without getting into the mumbo jumbo of some of these other industries And by the way, I never use that term ever, Bruce. One of the terms that you use, and you know what term it is. It's just something that does not apply to unpassive in any way, any shape, any form, really.
Yeah, there's a lack of my brain working.
I'm just teasing you, Bruce. But
one other question.
All right, thank you, Bruce. Thank you. Did that answer your question?
Okay, I'll ask Mike another time. I get a hold of you.
All right, thanks. Yeah, we want to move on.
Thank
So
you,
let's go to hey, thank you, Mike. That was great. Hey, come on down. Last the speaker for the day, and then we're going to bring Mr. Marty DeGarmo on, and me and Marty's going to talk for a little bit. All right, hey, come on down.
Hey, Nashville Milo, and this is the Julia and Milo show. Yes, I am a crazy for unpassive, and I am a second Chris Johnson in Bangladesh. You know, brother, my big brother is Chris Johnson, and this is hey, Shajib Monir man from Bangladesh. And you know, Milo, this is the first I was seen when you are just your show. I'm just influenced. Oh, great show, nice, wow. This is the show. So I am just gathered to you, and I informed to you. I was a show. My show is name is Unpassive Helping Team Show. I was today. So I was a presenter in this webinar show, our family show. This is the really show. That means it's a great things. We are gossiping, we are just smiling, we are just happiness, sharing, and each and everything. So show is a great. And here is a lot of people and lot of honorable people, Mike Hills and Lynn Nakamoto, and of course, our Benny, unpassive wife. Yes, I know very well. So lots of here people, and personally, I thanks to you, our brother SM Akram, Cool Master, Nazrul Haq, Humayun Kabir, Tania, and it's an everyone. We are an unpassivian family. I just believe we are one Passivian family, and this is called unpassive. Your Milo here, Lynn Nakamoto here, Benny here, Mike here, engineer Mike here, all are everything, all are people here. So this is the crazy or unpassive family. You know, always just feel that happy. This is called unpassive. I love unpassive. And last, one thing tell you, and this is the great news to you. Right now, I introduce one man. He's a leaderboard member, honorable leaderboard member, Step Mainul Islam. His number is 75. I just introduced him. Thank you. All are everything. Thank you.
Good to have you on the show. All right. Thank you. Hey. Thank you for coming down. We appreciate it. And thanks for joining us today. So appreciate your comment.
Thank you. Nashville Milo. You're a great presenter. Really. Thank you. Hey.
Right.
This is Moni.
We will see you. All right. And next up, we got none other than everybody's big brother. And they should have a show about it called Everybody Loves Marty DeGarmo. Marty, come on down, brother, and talk to me.
I'm going to have a hard time living up to that. I see you got Michael on here. Oh, my God.
We've had a great talk. Oh, my God.
Oh, how'd you cut him loose? Oh, my God. Hey, I got a confession to make, though.
Okay.
First 2 years, I told Mike you can't do that, and he redo the video. He was too hypey. Now the president of the company is worse than Mike. So Mike can do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? Mike can do whatever he wants. I'm just kidding. There was we just walked a fine line, and that's what we did. But most of the time, nothing was said, so we did good. We decoded ass pretty well, and Mike put it on video even better. Because if I did a 10-minute video, it'd be 2 hours long. So we don't want to do that. But, you know, I hear people talking about Bruce and all that and getting people here and people there. Listen, if you look at what Ash did, he built a company called Value, okay? It's reverse engineered. He doesn't mention money, but if you add value, which is the company's going to be selling products that are better than anyone else in the world at a much lower cost with a higher technology being improved hourly, AI induced. I don't know what you call that in a mixture, but if you look at the equal sign, it's apples, tons and tons of apples. Look at the ingredients. Don't look, you get flour, milk, and a couple eggs, you got a cake. Now you ain't got to call it a cake, but I guarantee if you do it right, it's a cake. You add up all these things in the industry and you have 20 or $30 billion companies under one roof. Mike said the word, I'm not allowed to, begins with a T, ends with an illion. That's where we are. That's where we're going. And when you bring in 2 or 3 million people a day, please, for the love of God, don't ask me if you're going to get 3. Okay, don't ask me if you're going to get 3. It's embarrassing. Now, I think what people have to have a realization is, Mike did a video up, you go look at expectation. Expectation is, if you did nothing, what you were told you can do nothing, you might start off a little slow. Give it a chance. Because I guarantee every month you'll make more money the next month. That's my opinion. How much that is, I don't know. But if you know this month, hey, this was pretty good, next month could be better and should be better. So go by what we do know. You will be successful. How fast, I don't know. But I don't know any company that you start off and you got apples in your back wallet, okay? And everybody's going to start off that way. I don't care if it's $3 or $5. Psychologically, that's a killer, everybody. That's an absolute killer. But if you're thinking, look, if I only know 10%, I have to get in much better shape, because if he tells me the other 90, I'm going to die, okay? I'm having trouble with the 10. I'm having trouble wrapping my head around it. And when he tells me, well, you know, pretty much, Marty, but about 10%, like, okay, that's it. I even hung up on him one night, I think. I'm not sure. But seriously, that's where we're going. There's physical products that he said, one of them, 8 billion people will need. Now, I don't know about you, unless we leave this planet, there's about 7.9 billion here now. By the time the product comes out, there'll probably be 8 billion. That's everyone, everybody. That's everyone. So I want you to worry about your 3 if you want to, okay? But do me a favor. Don't bring it up to me. It's embarrassing for me and you. Everybody's going to do fine. It's going to take time. Some of you will wake up on the day everything is going strong and you'll be crying with joy because you're going to go, where the hell did this come from? That's going to happen. It's also going to happen. You started with 0 and you might have 0 on day 1. But you could have 3 the next day. You could have 30 the next day. You could have 500. Just take it easy. Don't put expectations. You got in a company, you have to do nothing for $97 and you're given the golden key to a multi-million-dollar company someday. Be happy with that. Really, be happy with that. Don't wrap your head around, don't get all nervous. It's gonna happen. Worst case scenario, we only take 10% of every item on the plant, every item we have. That's billions. That's billions. And let me ask you a question. Are you in love with Amazon? No, you're in love with what they can do. Are you in love with Zoom? No, you're in love with what they can do. If you could get this Zoom for $10,000 and give it to somebody for $300 unlimited, let me figure out if they're going to think about that for a while. And I want to ask you a question. All the CEOs that went to Dubai over the last few weeks and see on passive shooting up the Burj Khalifa. When they go home and they have a board meeting, what are they talking about? The CEO goes, who the hell is on passive? Trust me. Trust me, there's a lot of talk going on we don't know about. Who is this company? I don't know who it is, running an advertisement on the tallest building in the richest small little country in the planet. And they're in everywhere I went, they smacked me in the face. Who are they? Go find out. Trust me, that's happening right now. I guarantee it. I work with a Fortune 500 company. Somebody new came along, they put a spotlight on them. Trust me. And this guy, we're not just coming along, we're entering this prize fight as the #1 champion in the world. I'm telling you. So I didn't mean to get off on that rant. I don't even know if you asked me a question or not, but that's what I did. That's what you get.
I love it, Marty. You keep going, man, because it's exciting and it is so true. When you think about it, and I said it earlier, you know, when we know 10% or 5% or whatever, and what I know, my little mind can't comprehend even that, you know, and now you're saying that 90% more to come. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I know that I'm excited. And because it's all done for us, and, you know, it's targeted traffic, and Mr. Ashmafaro is the most, you know, the best marketer in the world. And we talk about 3D printing, you know, we didn't even go into 3D printing. 3D printing is a monster all on its own. You know, where are we going with that? Where are we going with laser technology? Where are we going with these physical products? What happens if Mr. Ashmafaro comes up with something that will create electricity? You know, is that going to be used by everyone? What do you think of that stuff?
Exactly right. Exactly right. It's what we don't know. But I do know this. When he gets this thing going full blast and he can take time to just think, that's a scary freaking thought, guys. No, he told me if I had time just to think and not do some of this stuff, I could come up with something once a week. That's what he told me. That's who he is. He loves that stuff. And now what's he doing? He's hiring brains with feet. And you know what I mean? He's hiring brains with legs and feet who all they do is that. That's all they do. And all these guys are in these businesses that are put in a cubby hole and not allowed to use their brains. He brings them on board. You heard him on 360. He saw a guy and said, there's something there. The next day, the guy threw out some kind of information and asked, went, oh my gosh. You see what I mean? It's there. It's there. And Ash is a perfect place to go work because he wants to hear everything you have. Nothing's out of order. And it's not about cost. You want to do it? I'm paying for it. It's a big deal, man. The whole, thank God he is crazy. Okay. He hates when I say that, but I haven't come up with another word yet. Right. But he is freaking crazy. You hear me, Ash? You are freaking crazy, but crazy good. Okay. But really, I mean, I'm blown away every time I hear that kind of stuff and I see people worried and all that. Listen, a lot of us, I'm going to give you one word of advice. None of us know how long we're going to be on this planet. Some of you old turds as old as I am, if not older, okay? The first 6 months, if you took a little bit of the apples you made and put them back in and buy extra traffic, do it. Cut back time frames. You don't have to do anything. You're not marketing. You're just telling the company, give me a little extra rotation. That's it. I would do it. I'm just telling you. Not would I do it. I'm going to do it. And listen, everybody said, oh, Marty, you, Mike, and Dan got a big team. We don't have squat. You want to see a big team? Give me 6 months with Mike and Dan. 6 months with Mike and Dan, I'll show you a big team. And a lot of them will be free. Guaranteed.
So amazing, Marty, so amazing. And when you think about it, let's think about something else. We're talking about when AI launches, we're talking, you know, somewhere between 10,000 and maybe 1 million people a day coming in. Now, if you have 1 million people a day coming in and they are customers, could you possibly have the largest internet in the country? Could you possibly have the biggest phone company in the world? Could you possibly take any interest that you want, any company that you want, and put those resources in? You got all these customers. Are they going to go there? You bet they are. What do you think of that, Marty?
That's exactly what's going to happen. Ash comes out with a new idea. It's a winner. It's a winner written on a piece of paper, okay? It's a winner in his head before he even made it because he has the resource. It's people. We are the consumer. When he said we're going to be the hunted, people can't wrap their head around it. Facebook does not advertise. Why? Because they got 1 billion people on their platform. They are the consumer. What Unpassive's going there. The day will come we will not pay for advertisement. We don't have to. You put it in the back office and millions of people are going to buy it. Ask it come out with a product a year from now and you'll explode with what could happen to you in one day. One day. I don't care where you go, what you do. Think big. I hear people go, yeah, but what am I going to do with this? Listen to me. You could set up a baseball team on O's staff. Okay. I don't care if it's called O's staff. Use your head. These things are very easy to be flexed around where you can do anything you want with them. I'm going to use everything I possibly can. I don't give a crap what the name of them are. If they can do what I want, it's doing it. That's how you do it. You can make fun out. I want to have fun doing it. It wasn't as fun before because I was spending Dan Street's money, right? But now it'll be a little easier. So.
Absolutely, Marty. And I got to go to one of my favorite points that I always bring up that a lot of times we don't even think about. Now, we just talked about once we get a product, we can launch it and it's a winner. It's going to be a winner. Now, think of this. Do you realize that only 59.2% of the world right now gets the internet? What is going to happen when 40% more get it? Because they will. Not only will they get the internet, they'll get the internet, they'll get a phone, they'll get, they get their own world bank. Now they can buy anything they want to. Do you think they become, do you believe that they would join into an internet company? Where would they get their internet from?
Absolutely. Children will be born in Unpassive. Are you kidding me? Because think about this. Right now, Ash has something that if you connect to Papua New Guinea, it enhances your connection. All right, it's already there. It's already going to take place. We get a satellite up there where you get better internet all over the world, these countries that are having trouble. Now I'm going to add something else, and I probably wish I wouldn't do this, but what happens, this is my opinion, I got to make sure I say that because Ash does watch all this stuff. I'm getting a phone call tonight about calling him crazy. But no, listen, what happens when O-Coin, which is backed by all the products in Unpassive, becomes a cryptocurrency and we mine it? Drop the freaking mic, guys. I mean, I don't know if that's coming, but listen, everybody's scared of cryptocurrency. I'm scared of Bitcoin because Bitcoin isn't backed by anything. There's no backing to it. O-Coin's got backing of a trillion-dollar company. It will have. Now, is it going to be today or tomorrow? No, don't get crazy. I'm getting crazy, but I'm not talking about next week. I'm just saying, down the road, these other countries that it can't even get to a bank, Africa, all these other countries, you give them cryptocurrency, you have an exchange in the back office, they have their own bank at their exposure. You know what that does? That takes these poor countries into the new world. I'm telling you. And who are they going to be appreciative to? Unpassive. Think about all that. You don't think this is one of the mad scientists said? I guarantee it. I did not ask him that. I guarantee it though, because he goes way beyond most people, really. I'm talking to him like he's some kind of creature. But anyway, you know what I mean.
Absolutely. And I believe that we will change the corruption. And this is the way that it will happen. Whenever people have money, they're able to do whatever they want to. They move it in and out. No longer are we controlled by someone. No longer will we have to be angry at someone for doing this or doing that, because we have our own system. And do you remember, Marty, when he come on and he said, we have been approved by 212 countries in the world for our financial system. Do you remember that? I love that day.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Hey, Mike Ellis, butt in here before I get in trouble. You're just sitting there smiling. You know,
I'll get into even more trouble, Marty.
Come on, Mike. Let us have it, Mike.
Yeah, no, and Marty, you're absolutely on fire. Oh, the reason I'm smiling is I love to listen to you. We talked about market cap, where we are, and we use the T word, trillions, and we are there are trillions of market cap that we have. It's bigger than that, and Marty just touched on it. Think about on passive having a product that all 7.6 billion people in the world will use. Okay, we're founders. We're all founders. What does that do to our market cap? Can you put another T there? So I just learned something today. Our market's even bigger than I thought. It's not one, it's not two, it's probably 3 or 4. This thing is so fun to think about. And it's even funner to watch Ash Muzaffar unroll these things to us. And I know Mr. Muzaffar, he absolutely loves it. He'll come on with that little dry smile of his, knowing that he's going to blow everybody that's listened to him away. And he does that every week now. Every time he comes on, I just sit back and go, yep, we're right where we need to be. And then Marty comes on and is on fire like he was today. Yeah, this is just fun stuff. If you're not having fun right now, you don't know what fun is. I mean, you literally don't know what fun is. This is really, really fun stuff. And we haven't launched the products to the world yet. How much more fun is that going to be? Milo, go ahead.
Phew. Man, it is amazing, man. I could talk about this all day, and we could never get to the bottom of it. We just keep bringing things up, but unfortunately, we are just about out of time, and it's a great place to stop, where your minds are just reeling, and you just think however big you want to think, and I can promise you it's a lot bigger than that. Every time I think I'm almost there, or I think, man, I got this, then me and Marty will start talking, or me or Mike or whoever will start talking, and then all of a sudden some points brought up, and it's like, oh my God, it's bigger than that. What Ash has created is this monster that is going to get bigger. So when it starts out, it's already huge. I mean, it's massive. We can't even imagine how big it is. But when you talk about Ash, no longer has to worry about this or worry about that, and all he does is sits there and he throws a thing to one of the labs, and he writes another one to another guy, and they start working on this stuff. And he gets feedback from people using the product. Hey, could we do this? And he says, man, that's a great idea. I think we are going to see things that will just blow our minds. Our products are already off the grid, but they're going to even get better. And remember, you don't have to pay for updates. What a crazy thing is that? Now, whenever you get a product, and it says, well, you can do this, and you go to do it, and it says, well, you can do that, but you got to update because you only got version 4. Now you need version 5.4. You're not going to have that with OwnPassive. How cool is that? I mean, when you think about the stuff, VPNs, autoresponders, email system that you can hit a button and send 1 million emails out. You can put your stuff on the web and put it onto OwnPassive, and it's unlimited storage. Are you kidding me? All the stuff you're just going to save is remarkable. So it's time. I know all of you is already excited, but I don't know. I just start walking on the clouds, man, and I don't think my feet are touched, and they probably won't for a while, and I don't know if they ever will, because this is going to be something that just keeps evolving to something bigger. I'd like to thank everyone that was here today. John Barilla, say your last closing statements. Thank you for running the back office or the back end. John?
Yes, you're welcome. You're very welcome. I like to do it. And in fact, today I'll just mention that on 10 different YouTube channel chats, we had close to 200 people in different channels. But to add to your audience today, there's 200 people out there on the YouTube channels listening to us. So I just thought I'd mention that.
Thank you,
And they were all
John.
positive. No bad
Thank
guys,
you.
no trolls.
All right. Thank you for being there for us. Miss Lynn Nakamoto, thank you so much for bringing everyone on. You say a last word.
I just think this is a fabulous show. I personally learned a lot. So keep coming back, people. Come back to the Julie and Milo show every week. Thank you.
Thank you. Engineer Mike, come down and say 20 seconds. Are you here, Engineer Mike?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Milo, thank you, everybody. It was, I mean, every time on Julie and Milo is very interactive, right? So, I mean, people bring out those points that some in so major webinars, it doesn't come out. But just want to tell everybody that you should prepare yourself. It is coming, and we're already there. So put your eyes in the back office to watch, read updates. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time. Mr.
Hey,
Mike.
Milo, let me say something just very, very quickly, and then you won't hear,
brother. I was
won't hear
calling
from
on
me
you
again.
to tell you thank you.
Yeah,
Come
no.
on up.
I just want to tell Harold. It's the first time I've heard you talk, Harold. Keep talking. You've got a really, really good voice. You're one of those leaders that needs to step up and yeah, just keep talking, Harold. You're very, very good. That's it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike, and thank you for coming and adding so much to the show today. Mr. Peter Rogers, give us 20 seconds.
Great webinar. Thank you for letting me say a few words. Great leaders here. I mean, how can I compare myself to the likes of Marty DeGarmo and Mike Ellis? You know, what a team they are and what a team everybody else is here. Okay, keep locked into your back office. Lots of things coming. You know, we've got a lot of excitement coming in the next few weeks. We're there. Okay.
And my good friend, Mr. Marty DeGarmo, say it, say it, say it.
Say it. Yeah, Harold, you do have a great voice, by the way. Thanks, everybody. Look, I get all excited. I shouldn't, but I do. I lose consciousness sometimes. Milo doesn't help, and definitely Mike doesn't help. So, but anyway, I wish the best for everyone. Be patient. Things are happening. We are launching now. Products are getting the process. They're going to start being sold. Don't wait for some big ribbon ceremony. That will happen someday, but I think we're going to be seeing things happening very quickly. Stay patient. Make sure you log in, know what's going on. Can you log in? My gosh, I hope so. And like I said, you know, he's going to be putting a lot more info in the back office. So make sure you go there and check it out. Anyway, thank you very much and happy Saturday. Milo, thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Hey, thank you, Marty. And Mr. Harold Fox, thank you for coming down. Give us 20 seconds.
You put me on the spot. You know I don't like to talk, okay? But it was one thing that I wanted to say. Last night, I went on the new blog, and there's so much information. I mean, I stayed up to about 4 o'clock in the morning reading. It's just a mind-blowing blog. If you haven't seen it, I recommend that you go in and just start looking at it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you, everybody that was here that spoke today. All the founders, man, remember, we would not have a Julie and Milo show if you was not here. So it is time to close and it's time to say good night. And thank you, Julie. I know you're with your father or Father's Day or whatever. Thank you for coming on and introducing the show. And good night, everyone. Good night from Nashville.
Good night. Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night from New Jersey. Good night, everybody. Good night from Philadelphia.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Milo.
Bye, Milo. Bye,
Night from
Milo.
Canada.
So,
thanks, everybody.
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 Hi, Sister Benny.
Bye, Cynthia.
Bye from Paris. Au revoir.